Hi guys, welcome back to Emily J Pilates. Thank you for joining me live if you're here today, and if you are following on, thank you for joining me in retrospect. Power hour, so it's more of a strength-based exercise today, but we have got quite a lot of core involved, where we will have more, I've done it again, sorry, where we will have more strength through the shoulders. So, going to start in footwork. Then we're going to be doing some lunges with some weights, and then we're going to be doing planks, side planks, and then some upper body like saw, what you would traditionally see in your mat Pilates, but with the reformer. It's great strength exercise. And then we will repeat all of that on the opposite side. So footwork will be both sides, then we'll do one side and then we'll do the other side. And then a big stretch. I have big in like big stretch because we're going to need it today. So starting with footwork, recently I have been doing 1 heavy spring and 2 medium springs. Sometimes I will put a heavy on and maybe take a medium off, but I've quite been enjoying this setting. Actually, no, do I normally do 2 heavies? Sorry, I normally do 2 heavies and 1 medium, and I've really been enjoying that setup. Get there in the end. I'm going to do my dumbbells for my footwork today as well. So shimmy down, laying back, gap between the shoulders and the shoulder rests. Heels on at hip distance apart, knees hip distance apart, tailbone connected, and pulling that bottom rib down into the carriage and knitting your ribs together as you inhale, drawing navel to spine, and then you exhale through the mouth as if you're blowing out your candle. Inhaling, ribs knit together, so we push air to the back and the sides of the ribs, and then as we exhale, that navel to spine connection remains, and we blow out through the mouth. Inhale to prepare, and this time as you exhale, taking the machine back, straightening the legs, and then using the legs and the abs to pull it back in. Exhale to push out, inhale to bring it in, exhale out, inhale in. So being really strict with that hip distance apart in the knees. So it's tempting to let the knees fly out to the sides or to come inwards, but you want them to be an exact hip distance apart all the way in and all the way out. Bringing in those arms, so as you push it out, push the dumbbells up to the sky, and then bend it back in. Sorry, I did say, I can't remember if I said dumbbells. So I've got 2 kgs. You could get your water bottle or your cans of beans, anything sort of available to you in your home. I have dumbbells just because I do in-person classes, so I have lots of equipment for those classes. So taking it out and in, out and in. So just warming through the front of the legs, just getting that mind to body connection, having to raise the arms as we push out, so just starting to develop that concentration, using the brain to help us with our form, our precision, and just giving me 2 more. And then bringing it all the way back in. Take those heels nice and wide into second position. So toes point out to the corners of the room, knees follow, hips will be externally rotated. Tailbone connected, neutral spine, relax the shoulders. Inhale, pulling the ribs in close, pulling the belly button in and up. Exhale, take it out. We'll take the dumbbells as well this time. And inhale to bring it in. Oh, slipped. Exhale out, inhale in. So still using the abs to help you pull that machine back in. So those lower abdominal muscles, those side obliques, they're pulling you in along with your legs. Nice. And you're imagining that you're squeezing a beach ball between your thighs each time you push it out and in. Lovely. So warming up through the inner thighs now as well. Got those arms pumping, so getting nice mobility through the shoulders and the elbows. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. Coming onto the toes, so back to hip distance apart. tailbone connected, heels lifted. This is really important because as you push out, there is more chance that you may arch in the lower back. So you want to make sure core engaged, tailbone connected, hips stable and level. Inhale to prepare, lift those heels as high as you can. Exhale, straighten the legs, push the machine out. Inhale, bring it in. Exhale, out. Inhale in. And we can bring in those arms. So if you raise your arms so that they are above your shoulders, as you take it out, take the arms nice and wide. And then bring it back in. So arms go wide as the legs push out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, take it out, hold it there, hold the dumbbells above. Bend your bend your right knee and push your left foot down under the foot bar and then bring your left arm down. So the bent knee also has the dumbbell in the air. We're going to be coming into prancing feet. So you're then going to swap it over and swap the dumbbell at the same time. So opposite knee lifts, opposite heel goes under the foot bar. Feel a nice stretch down the back of the leg. So switch, just hold for a couple of seconds, nice stretch down the back of the leg, and then switch. Nice. Just a couple of stretching here. Keep the knee nice and soft. And then we're going to take it into a bit more of a rhythm. So on the inhale, swap. On the exhale, swap. Inhale, swap. Exhale, swap. So you've got your prancing feet, each knee bending each time. You've got those dumbbells. Nice little bit of shoulder and arm work. And you're just prancing those feet using that inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both heels, lift both dumbbells. You're going to exhale, push the heels down under the foot bar, bring the dumbbells down, and then inhale, lift the heels, lift the arms. Really make sure you're not overarching in that lower back. Make sure the tailbone's connected. Exhale, push the heels down. Inhale to raise. Exhale to push them down. Inhale to raise. Sorry, I'm just going to pull myself in because I'm very, very squidged against my shoulder pads there. I'm going to push it out, drop my heels, and then lift. So just keeping with those lift and lowers if you're there. Also, annoyingly, my elbow is niggling, so I'm just going to keep my dumbbells down. You keep lifting and lowering them. But my elbow, I did feel it go a bit funny yesterday. Lift your heels. 2 more, hope you're feeling nice. Bend through the back of the legs. Last one, lift. Bend those knees in. Let's take some full reps. I'm going to drop my dumbbells for this, guys. But if your dumbbells are up, you're going to take your chest flies again. But I'm going to drop mine. So lift the heels. Exhale out. Inhale in. Or full reps on the toes, hip distance apart. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way in. Drop your dumbbells to the side. Take your feet nice and wide. Hands onto your shoulder rests. And we're going to take some windscreen wipers. So both knees go over to one side. Twist through the lower back. Shoulders glued to the carriage. Inhale to bring them to center. And then exhale to take them over. And then inhale to center and over. Inhale to center and over. Inhale, center, over. And And one more time over to the opposite side. And then we're going to bring those legs back to centre, bring them to hip distance apart. And we're going to take those windscreen wipers again, but we're going to be at hip distance apart. So you're feeling maybe bigger twists through the lower back, or you may feel that a bit more intensely in the lower back. And you can speed it up a bit. Take a bit of a quicker breath. It's good to get the fast twitch fibers going as well during Pilates. And then just bring it to centre. Hug the knees to the chest. Oh, do you know what? I'm not recording this workout. I always do that. Oh, anybody else updated to the new iOS and just have consistent problems? My apps are ridiculously glitchy. It doesn't type half of the letters that I put into my phone. My watch just stopped notifying me. Then I managed to get that back, but now that's still really glitchy. Just a nuisance. And then placing the heels back onto the foot bar, hip distance apart. Make sure you've got a really good gap between your shoulders and your shoulder rests. We're going to take some spine curls, as it's really important in Pilates. Spinal mobility is everything. You're only as young as your spine is flexible. Joseph Pilates. So pull your toes towards your face, knees hip distance apart, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, you're in neutral, so you should be able to fit 2 fingers between your lower back and the carriage. Exhale, you're going to push your hips in towards your carriage. And then vertebrae by vertebrae, slow and controlled, you're coming into your spinal curl. Squeezing the bum cheeks, squeezing the back of the legs, keep those toes facing, pulling towards your face. Inhale, hold at the top. You should be in a diagonal line between your knees, your hips and your shoulders. Your ribs should be knitted together and lower than your hips. Squeeze the bum cheeks. As you exhale, starting at the top of your shoulder blades, each vertebrae, your hips should stay as high as you can until you get all the way to the bottom, and then the hips come down. Last, bum returns to the carriage and you inhale, coming back into that neutral arch of the lower back. Exhale to tuck back, vertebrae by vertebrae, slow and controlled. Each vertebrae like a bike chain, up, up, up. Ribs knit together, core is in and up. Hips level, bum squeezing, gorgeous diagonal line. Exhale, starting at the top. Keep those hips high. Really encourage that vertebrae by vertebrae manipulation of your spine. Last thing that comes down is the hips and the bum. Inhale to neutral. Exhale to round it up. So this is slow and controlled. We're looking for mobility over speed or strength. We squeeze at the top. The bum helps support us in this position. It helps us to keep our pelvis nice and level. And then exhale, we round it down. So it's a really slow, controlled movement. You can't get spinal mobility by doing it quickly and missing half of your vertebrae as you roll up and down. So inhale to neutral, exhale, tuck and roll. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top as you inhale. Exhale, bring it down for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips come down, bum returns. Last one, inhale to neutral. Exhale, push the hips back, vertebrae by vertebrae. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top as you inhale. And exhale, bring it down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hips down, bum down. Hug those knees in towards the chest. Rotate the ankles. Go into happy baby if that feels good. Keep the back flat on your carriage. And then bringing those knees in, coming up to a seated position. Ooh. Ooh. Right on the edge of the carriage there. Placing on, so we want to be on a medium spring. So take off the heavies or whatever you have on, leaving on just one medium spring. I've returned back to a studio, so I've gone back to studio teaching this week. And I kept telling people to put their medium spring on, and they were all just looking at me like, what colour is that? Because I've got so used to just saying medium spring on here that I completely like forgot that in the studio you have to say the colour. And I was like, because the colours are different to mine as well. So I'll have to get better at that, that's for sure. So we're going to come into our lunge section. So option is dumbbells. So I'm just going to see how I go. So I've had like a injury in my elbow here. It's a repetitive strain injury. I didn't actually do anything, and I also smack my elbows all the time, so it's like just terribly bruised. So I'm going to see how I go with my dumbbells. I might have to drop them, but I'll do the arms so that you guys know what you're doing. So you're on your medium spring and you're going to stand on the platform extender. We'll take our right leg forwards first. So placing it flat onto the carriage about. So I'm more on my right hand side of my carriage because I need, sorry, that's a lot of banging. I need a wide lunge for my balance. So you want to be up on the toes on the left foot. So toes digging into your platform extender, flat foot digging into your carriage. Lengthening up through the spine and then hinging forward of the hips. Just to get us used to how this feels, first of all, keep the dumbbell still. Inhale, navel to spine, and as you exhale, you're going to push the machine forward, bending that front leg and straightening the back leg. Your front knee needs to be directly above the ankle on the right leg. And then inhale, bring it all the way in. So exhale, push it out, coming into that bent, lunged front knee. And then inhale, bring it in. So long spine. Neck in line with the spine. Now, one thing I tend to always do is try and like look at my toes or like look at my foot. And that brings my neck down and it's not in line with the rest of my spine. So you almost want to be gazing ahead. It's good for balance. If you just spot somewhere on your wall, it's good for balance. And as you take it out and in. Lovely. So hopefully you're just feeling quite comfortable here with this move. If you have a really short platform, and now on the Aero Pilates machines, the platform's really short, feel free to kind of just step onto the sort of side, so or just slightly back. So you might be a bit more on the edge of your platform, but you don't have to be on the platform extender itself. You could just be on your floor, because I know those machines are like a bit right at the floor as well. They don't have any height. Next one. You're going to take it out and hold. You're going to raise the arms up to the sky in a big sweeping motion and then back and then bring the machine back in. So you're going to take it out and hold. Take the arms up and out and then bring the machine back in. Balance challenge. So use that navel to spine connection. Exhale out. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale, bring the machine back in. So taking it out, arms lift, arms lower, and then bring it back in. Last one, take it out, arms lift, arms lower, and back in. This time, you're going to take that machine out as you inhale. Exhale, push the foot forwards. So now the foot is ahead of the knee. Inhale, bring it back. And then exhale, stand it up tall. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, push the foot forwards. Inhale, bring it back under your knee and then stand it up tall. Option here is as you take it out and you push that foot out, you can bicep curl. Lots of balance required here. Use that breath. Use your core. Navel to spine, knit the ribs together. Tight powerhouse. Inhale out. Foot extends, you bicep curl. You bring it all back down and in. You pull the machine all the way back. 3 more. Take it out. Extend the leg. Bicep curl. Bring the machine back. Then stand it up tall. 2 more. Take it out. Extend. Curl. Drop the arms. Bring the foot back in even. Stand it up tall. Last one. Take it out. Extend bicep curl. Bring the foot back in. Then stand it tall. Be careful here, guys, because you might have quite dead legs. So I'm just going to turn towards the front and slowly release my right leg. Whoo! Whenever I do squats or lunges, I get really dead legs. Like, that's the feeling that it like gives me. So it's where like the muscle is completely tired. It's working at its absolute maximum. Like, if you could feel my hamstring now, it is like solid, and it just like, it basically like makes it feel like it's going to either snap or it's dead. So I have to be really careful when I pull my feet off that I don't fall off. So just pedal out those legs. And then we're going to come into some planks. So as I said at the beginning, we're going to do everything on the right hand side, so like right hand side of the machine as well. And then we are going to do it on the left. So full side and then the other side. So plank. So option here is to have your medium spring on, which is just slightly more supportive. Otherwise, you can have on your lighter spring. So the lighter than the medium spring, it just makes it work a little bit more into the core and abs because the machine will not have as much support in it. So we're going to be, now all of our machines are slightly different. So mine's slightly higher, but it's not too high that I can do this with my hands on the floor and my feet into the shoulder rests. If you have a machine that's right down to the floor, this will be perfectly fine for you. If your machine is slightly higher, you'll probably need your long box. If you don't have a long box, then you'll have to just take normal push planks. I'll show you what I mean. So what we're going to be doing is hands are going to come down by the foot bar, and then you're going to place in your left leg and then your right, and then place your left on top. And we're going to be taking some planks. So actually I'm a bit close there, so I'm just going to bring my arms further back more towards where my springs start. And we're going to be taking some push planks. So if you have a higher machine, there's probably no way that you will sort of comfortably reach your floor and have your legs up high. So you'll need your long box. If you don't have a long box, you're just going to have to come into normal push planks on your platform extender. If your machine doesn't have any height, this will be perfectly fine for you. So have a look at your machine, have a look what feels comfortable. Feel free to pause at this point and give it a go. My hands are going to be on the floor because I have a good machine height to do that. I'm going to put the light. I'm going to put the light spring on and take off the medium. I'm going to go for light today. Placing the hands onto the floor, shoulder width apart. And then it's easier to set up this way, to be fair. So shoulder width apart, and then take your right foot, put it into the shoulder rest, and then place your left on top. So coming into the plank first of all, shoulders directly over your wrists, scooping through the belly, ribs closed. Inhale, bring the knees in. Exhale, take them out. Inhale in, and exhale out. So I'm on that lighter spring, so I'm getting quite a lot of lower abdominal work as well as upper. You'll hear my voice is shaking. On the stronger spring, you may be feeling it a little bit more in the shoulders than you are in the lower abs. Bring it in for 3, 2, 1, changing this for pikes. So bringing the chest to your thighs, bringing the machine in, and then exhale, take it out. Make sure the shoulders stay over the wrists. Bringing the chest to the knees into your V-shaped pike, and then exhale out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, oh, you got this, guys, 2, and 1. Bring it down, drop those knees, bring it to the stopper, push back to child's pose. Place your hands onto your platform extender and push it back. Ooh, I tell you what, that was lovely. Ooh, that definitely gets my heart rate up. I probably look a little bit red. I always go red. Any plank, any up and down, I go red. Oh, so just pushing back into that child's pose. Take a nice big resting breath. Take some water. Stretch out those shoulders and the lower back. Whew. Now the setup for this next one is it's for side plank. I'll show you first of all facing forwards. I realise now I should have done my left side over my right. But I'll show you facing forwards and then I will turn it round so that we're doing the same side. So what you want to do is elbow onto the platform extender. Then your bottom leg, you want to come up onto your toes around the middle or back of the carriage, depends on how tall you are. And then the top leg comes forward and you're also on the toes. You're going to lift it up. So you're lifting the hips high. Top leg is always in front. Whoops. You're going to exhale to take it out and inhale to bend it in. So being up on those toes just helps you get loads of really good control of the carriage. So you're pulling it in and out. Lifting through the hips, shoulders stack. So hand either on the hip or hand up. If you're on that lighter spring, it may now be the time to put on the medium. So because I want to demonstrate okay and not lose my breath too much, I'm going to put the medium on for this one. And the toe position, if that really isn't for you, then you can be into your knees, hips, and ankles stacked. Lift it up and you can just push it out and in. So it'll be a much smaller movement because you won't be able to get, sort of that push all the way away because you're on your knees and not your feet. But you can just bring the knees in and the knees out. Keep that height through those hips. So I'm going to turn it round so I'm actually on my right hand side. Onto the elbow, shoulder directly above the elbow, wrist in line with the elbow. Bringing your top toes on into your ballet feet. Bottom toes digging in as well. Shoulders stacked, hips stacked. Inhale, lifting it up. Exhale to take it out. Inhale to bring it in. Exhale out. Inhale in. So really lifting through that waist. Imagine I'm pulling the hip up with the hanger to the ceiling. You can place your hand up above your shoulder if you want to. Make sure you're not leaning forwards. Bend those knees in, push them out. So you want those shoulders stacked, ribs knit together for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Oh. Bring it in and push back to child's pose. So if you did do that on the lighter spring there, you're very much reliant on your own upper body strength and that core strength to lift the hips and pull the machine in and out. The medium is a lot more stable. I almost think sometimes it adds a bit more of that strength element for you to sort of push the machine in and out. But I do find it a bit easier sometimes to be on that spring when I'm talking and demonstrating. So just pushing back to child's pose here. Take a nice big stretch of the lower back. Take a resting breath. Take some water if you need it. I am just going to get some water myself. And then we're going to come into that upper body work with the saw, like a variation on the exercise of the saw. So, spring. I think for me it will be the light spring. If you're stronger, I would stick with that medium spring, because this is a bit more strength based and this is power hour. So, to make sure we're still on the same side, and this will work into the right, even though this is my left. So first option is to be in your crossed, in your kneeling with the bum down. The second option is to be up on the knees in the kneeling position, hips directly above your knees, shoulders directly above your hips, okay? You're gonna take your strap and place it, your big loop, into your left bicep. And then bring the hands out to your sides of your body, like a cactus. If you've been in yoga, your cactus pose. Shoulders relaxed, elbows wide, just below the shoulders. Keeping the weight center on both sides of your body and the neck long. You're going to inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, you're going to twist the body, turning to face towards your foot bar, and then bring it all the way back. So you're going to twist, look towards the foot bar. The machine will move maybe an inch or two, and then bring it back. Exhale to twist, keep the hips pointing forward, ribs knitting together, bottom rib pulling down, and that navel to spine pulling in and up, and twist. Keep that width between the arms the same. What's quite tempting is to almost bring that arm in so that you get like more of a twist. But you don't want to keep that arm, doesn't want to come in towards the face. You want to be keeping the arms the same width when you're facing forwards and then when you are center. I am actually going to try the medium spring because when I'm on the big loop, I don't think it's as bad for me. So I'm going to try what it feels like with my medium spring. So placing it into the bicep, shoulders wide, exhale to twist. Yeah, there's that strength element. Inhale in. Exhale to twist and inhale in. On this next one, I'm going to exhale, twist, take the arms out wide, then bend the elbows to bring it back to cactus, and then spin in. Twist, take it out wide, bend the elbows back in, bring it back to center. Hopefully you're noticing you're starting to get a bigger twist as you're really warming up through that mid-back. Gorgeous. Take it round, out, in, back together. This next one, we're going to twist. Take the arms out and in again. Out and in. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold them out, see if you can just twist that upper back a little bit more. Hold for 10, drop those shoulders. For 7, 6, navel to spine. 4, ribs knit together. For 2, 1, hold it there, bend those elbows in, and then twist. Gorgeous. Drop that strap. And I'm just going to turn to face you. I'm just going to take a little stretch. So interlock the fingers, push the spine back, pull the arms forwards and spread those shoulders apart. And then take the arms round. Push the chest forward and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Getting nice and warm now. It's cold today in the UK. A good 4 minutes before this live, I completely lost my phone. It was in the car. I had to run out and get it. And oh God, it's freaking so cold. Okie dokie. So we're going back to the beginning, but we're going to be doing it now on our left-hand side. So dumbbells, if you've got them and you want to use them as the option, that medium spring stays on. This time, the left foot plants onto your machine and you're coming up onto your right toes. Lengthen through the spine, pull the shoulders back, navel to spine connection, ribs closing in. Inhale, prepare, exhale, pushing out. So front knee bends, staying in line with the ankle, back leg straightens. Inhale, stand it tall. Exhale to push it out. Inhale in. So the push out comes from the bend in the knee. So as you bend the knee, you're pushing the machine out. And in. Neck in line with the spine. Your tippy bird lunge. So hinging forwards of your hips. Pushing it out. And in. Out. And in. Lovely. So just getting used to the motion of the carriage. Just getting that concentration back. Thinking about the precision, the precise movement here. That bend through the knee, keeping it above the ankle at all times. Squeezing it all the way up in that bum cheek. So pushing it out. Bringing that energy, bringing it up the legs, squeezing at the top of the bum cheek as you stand tall. On this next one, you're going to take it out, hold it, take the arms up to the sides and up, out to the sides and down, bring the machine back in. Should feel fire instantly into the hamstring. Take it down, up, lower, bring it in. Take it out, up, lower, and in. Can you hear my voice? Out, out and up, out and down. Bring it in. 3 more. Ooh, balance. Take it out, up, lower, and in. 2 more. Out, hold, up, lower, and in. Take it out and hold. Now dig into the 3 points of the feet. Big toe, little toe, middle of the heel. Try not to let that knee wobble. Try and keep stability through the ankle. Bring it in. Okay. Little shake off. We've got those extensions. So turn the palms to face forward and then roll the dumbbells in. So you're hiding those wrists. So when you bicep curl, you want to have a hidden wrist. You don't want the wrists to be out here. You want to roll the wrists in. So if you're trying to hide them, keeps better strength through the wrists and prevents injury. So lengthen here. Take it out as the leg extends forward. So the foot pushes forward. Bicep curl. Release the curl as you release the foot. Making sure it's just under the knee. And then you bring the machine in. So you're taking it out first. Extend the leg and bicep curl. Bring the leg in and the arms down. Then bring the machine in. Take it out. Extend and bicep curl. Bring it in. Then bring the machine in. So take it out. Extend the leg and curl. Bring the leg in. Release the curl. Then bring the machine in. Lovely. 3 more. Take it out. Bicep curl, extend. Bring it in. Stand it tall. 2 more. Out. Extend and curl. Bring it in. Stand tall. Last one. Take it out. Extend and bicep curl. Bring it in. Stand it tall. Take your time here. I always turn to the side so I can get a flat foot. Heel toe it in. Whew. Pedal off those legs. So when you bicep curl, what I was trying to explain is, if you're like here and you're letting the wrists almost hyperextend and then your bicep curling in, if you can see, that's how the weight is being pulled in, which will cause strain on the wrist. So what you want to do is, you want to like hide the wrist. That's the best way I can describe it. Imagine you're trying to hide your wrist and pull the dumbbell in towards you. So when you curl, your wrist is in much better alignment with the rest of the arm and the elbow, and you won't feel that strain on your wrists, and it does prevent injury. So if I bicep curl here, it looks very different to when I hide my wrists and I bicep curl here. You'll also feel it 10 times more into your biceps. So drop those dumbbells. Oh, carefully come off your platform extender. And we're going to come into those planks. So if you're in your push planks, you're just going to do this exercise, but you're going to have your hands on the platform extender. I put on a light spring for this, and I'm going to have my hands on the floor. Move that way. Okay. Oh, I'm still on, aren't I? Oh, good. I did charge them after the last live, so they should be fine. So I think it's best to set up on the floor first of all. So if you're in your all-four position, hands are directly below your shoulders. I need to come back a bit actually. So because like of me, my machine and my length and things like that, sometimes hands here is better, especially if you're taller. If you're a bit shorter like me, your hands will come closer to the springs. And it also just depends how big your carriage is. We're all different because we all have different reformers at home. So take your left foot, place it into the shoulder rest, and then take your right foot and place it on top. Ow, sorry, got my blooming toes stuck. Dig the toes in, take it back. So, wrists directly over directly under your shoulders. Inhale to bring the knees in, exhale, take them out. Inhale in, exhale out. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out. We're coming into those pikes. So you bring your chest to your thighs as you inhale. Exhale, take it out, wrists over shoulders. Inhale in, exhale out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you've got this guys, 3, 2, and 1, and out. Bend the knees in, bring it in. Oh God, sorry guys. I struggled a lot on that one there. I was really struggling to get height in my pike. Whew. And I was slowly noticing that my shoulders were getting further back from my wrists. So I was getting tired. It's always the number one thing. As you get tired, you'll notice the shoulders coming back. But bringing those shoulders and trusting that you can hold your body weight through the arms, through the wrists, does really help feel it much better into your six-pack as well. You take a resting breath, guys. Take some water. Shake out the shoulders. Or child's pose. Take some resting moments here because we're going to come into our side plank. So I'm going to place my medium on. This is just a bit better for me to talk. If you are quite advanced in your side plank work, I would stick with your light. You can do it, you can go for it. I trust that you will be acing it. Coming onto the elbow. So again, if that position with the feet is not for you, then you can just have knees, hips, ankles stacked. You can either just take it out and in. Sorry, no, you need to lift your hips. And then take it out and in. Keeping the shoulder above your elbow. So basically not pulling all the way out. It's just pushing away with the knees, bringing it in, away. You'll feel it. It targets into the oblique still. Otherwise, on the elbow, bottom foot digging in, top foot coming over, so it's in front and you're on your toes. Inhale, pull the shoulders down, knit the ribs together, that navel to spine connection. Exhale as you lift and push it out, hips nice and high, shoulders stacked. Bend the knees in and out, in and out. For 8, 7, raise that arm if you can. For 5, hips high. For 3, shoulders away from your ears. Last one, out and in. Bring it down a little less clunky than I just did. And then just face forwards again and push back to child's pose. Oh yes, nice big stretch through the shoulders. Really soft the lower back. Take some water. And then gently bringing it in. We're going to come into the saw. So option is to do it with the bum down. It will be the same. You probably will just find you get even less movement through the carriage. So you can do this exercise here. You can do it without a strap. That's the best thing about this exercise. If you're looking for just that nice rotation in the upper back, you don't even need the strap. Otherwise, coming into that kneeling position. So knees directly under hips, hips stacked on top of knees, shoulders stacked on top of hips. Navel to spine connection, tight powerhouse, ribs pull in and down. Taking your big loop, placing it into your right bicep, coming into your cactus hands. Inhale, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale, twisting through the mid-back, and inhale to bring it back forward. I'm just going to move a bit closer to my, sorry, those bangs are the worst, just because the strap's fallen off my bicep. Okay, elbows wide. Exhale to twist. Machine will move an inch or two. Inhale forward. No, I need to be further back. I have to just survive that it fell down my bicep. Exhale to twist. Inhale forward. Exhale to twist. Inhale forwards. Now try and keep the weight nice and even on both sides of the body. It's tempting to push into the glute of the left, the one that has the strap in the hand, that same glute. But you want this to be strength through the back. So twist. You should feel it down both sides of the body. And then inhale to center. Exhale to twist. Inhale to center. This next one, you're going to take it into that twist. Extend the arms, bend the arms, twist back to center. Twist, extend, bring the elbows in to center. Just relax those shoulders. Twist, out, in, center. Twist, out, in, and center. So your eyes follow with the body. So when the body stops moving, the eyes stop and you just gaze forwards. Lovely. On this next one, twist, take it out and in, and again, out and in. Try and twist a bit more through that upper body. For 4, 3, twist, 2, and 1. Bring it in, untwist, and drop it down. Well done, guys. You have reached the end of your main strength exercises, and we're now going to come into a gorgeous, gorgeous stretch. So I recently qualified in a particular type of class called Reformer Yin. It's only been around for about a year. Obviously, Yin Yoga has been around for a very long time. And you may have gone to stretch classes. I've done stretch on my YouTube before. But reforming yin is actually very much taking huge inspiration from yin yoga. And I've just started to teach that in studios as well. So it's a really gorgeous part. I am going to hopefully have some sort of service where I would provide reforming yin. I'm just trying to think about how it might work. So I just thought I'd start to bring it a little touch into our stretch sessions at the end. So if you can continue to do this stretch, I would highly recommend. It's not only just good for the body, it is like incredible self-care for the mind as well. So only a little bit, just 1 or 2 shapes. We did do this, I have been incorporating it recently into the end of the sessions. So please do give it a go, see how it feels. Now, because we've done quite a bit of side work and we've done quite a lot of shoulder work today, we really need to release off our trapezius. So on that medium spring, taking your big loop and placing it onto the left bicep, sitting in a comfortable seated position. So if you need your block, grab your block. Take your left hand, place it behind the back, bringing it onto the right hip, and just gently hold onto it with the right hand. And then just taking your ear over to your left shoulder. I'm just going to move my strap a touch so I can really feel this. It's quite a gentle stretch. Now, if this feels too much, you can either put on the light spring or you can release the strap entirely. But it's a real gentle lowering of the ear to the shoulder. Pull the shoulders down and gently close the eyes. Breathing deep into the belly, so that as you inhale, the belly rises and inflates like a soft balloon. And as you exhale, the belly deflates, the belly button pulls and draws back towards the spine. Inhaling deeply through the nose, breathing in the life force energy, and exhaling through the mouth. And the body softens with each exhale. And then gently raising the head, take your right hand and find the strap and just gently release the left arm out of it. So we've just lengthened and released that muscle. So we don't want to re-engage it by pulling on the strap. Place it down and then bringing the feet onto your footrest in front, coming onto the toes so that your heels can drop into the well of the carriage. Just holding onto the edge of your carriage and bringing the chest to your thighs. Exhale and push the machine away, keeping the chest connected with your thighs. And then inhale, bend the knees to bring it back in. So exhale to push out. You can drop the heels if it's a nice enough stretch for you. And inhale to bring it in. Exhale to take it out. Relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And inhale in. As you exhale, feel that belly press and massage against your thighs. And then inhale, bring it in. Exhale to take it out. And inhale to bring it in. On this next one, you're going to take it out and just hold it here. Gently rest the head on the knee. You can take your block and rest your head on your block. And again, just letting that belly massage against the thighs as you take a deep inhale letting the belly inflate like a soft balloon. And exhale through the mouth. Letting the belly and the body soften over. Your thighs. And gently inhaling and exhaling, bending the knees. And then coming back to that cross-legged position. Taking your right loop into your right bicep, the big loop. And then just taking the right arm behind the back, placing the hand onto the left hip. And your left hand is just gently holding onto it, gently easing it over. Inhale, sitting it up tall, and then exhale, bringing your left ear down to your left shoulder. And just feeling that nice stretch along the right side of your neck. And down on the top of the shoulder. Inhaling deeply through the nose. And exhaling, softening the body. Gently closing down the eyes. Bringing awareness to the third eye, that space between the eyebrows. And just concentrating on that breath. Inhale, let the belly rise. And exhale, let the belly deflate. Gently lifting the head back to center. Taking your left hand to release the right strap. Again, just bringing no tension into that area that we've just stretched and released. And then just coming onto the side of our machine. So we can take opposite ankle over knee. And then just gently bringing the chest down, closing down the eyes, pushing that knee down towards the floor. Relax the shoulders. And with each exhale, just letting the body lower, closer to the legs. And then gently raising the body, releasing the foot and bringing the opposite ankle over the knee, lengthening through the body, and then gently again, closing down the eyes, and with each exhale, bringing the upper body over to the legs, softening each time. Relax the shoulders. Feel a belly massage against the legs. Inhaling, belly rises and fills. Exhaling, belly deflates and lowers. And then gently raising the body, placing the foot down and just reaching up to the ceiling, bending over to one side. And then to center and over to the opposite side. Reaching up through the middle, bringing the arms down and together. Well done, guys. I really hope you enjoyed today's Power Hour. If you have any requests for next week, do let me know. And I hope you enjoyed that little bit of a taster of reforming in. If it's something that you would be interested in, I know quite a lot of you like to DM me on Instagram. So I keep meaning to tell you I am Emily.J.Pilates on Instagram as well. So I know not everybody likes to comment, but you can always send me DMs. Thank you to those who do. It does really help me bring what you want to my YouTube channel. But if you are interested a little bit more in reforming in, I'm thinking of how I might be able to bring that to you. So it's very much about that kind of calm mind and that calmer yin side, as reformer is very yang. It's can be very hard. So have a lovely weekend, guys, and I will see you in the next one.